Good evening, I'm Robert, and I'll be your host for tonight for a game of Galactic Civilizations 2, the Ultimate Edition. For this playthrough, I'll be playing the Terran Alliance, but for something a little different. Every time I win or lose, I'll be playing a new game where I'll be playing as the other alien races to show some of the other nuances of this game and maybe hopefully make it a little bit more interesting. Now, this game is what some people call a 4X game, a explore, expand, exploit, and exterminate game. Basically, we're going to explore known space, expand into it, into the other planets, so on and so forth, exploit the resources we find, and then exterminate every man, woman, child, and pet we find. Awesome, huh? So let's get started. Now, for this game, there's quite a lot of customization, that's for sure. For galactic size, we can start from small, tiny, small, medium, large, huge, gigantic, and for this update, they actually added one immense, which I've played it once and it took forever. So I'll actually be starting with a small small galactic size for this LP. For the scenarios, I've added it so that we're allowed a research, victory, alliance, influence, but I've taken off ascension because that's one of the newer victory conditions, and I've just not really enjoyed it because you actually have to get these little constructors, which I'll show you later, and you have to find these ascension crystals, and you have to keep them unless somebody attacks them, and it just is very complicated and annoying. I've disabled surrenders because I've noticed if one AI surrenders to another, the bigger AI becomes almost unstoppable, and it's not that fun. The game options, I've kept normal exploration, I haven't done blind because I just kind of like knowing where I'm going. Mega events I've kept on because they can be a little interesting. The super abilities I've kept on, and I'll show you what they are just in a little second. I've actually kept tech trading because sometimes you just have to sell techs for money. I've kept tech stealing because I like stealing technology once in a while. And I've kept tech brokering. I don't even know what that is, so let's just leave it at that. The galaxy settings, I've kept let's put that actually to occasional. The habitable planets is where you can actually survive on. Get that occasional. Number of planets, common. Number of stars, common. Star density, I've kept that scattered, which basically means that they're all over the place. They're not in groups or anything like that, so it's easy to go from one to another to another to another. There's not really any huge gaps. The anomalies I've kept random because, well, they're anomalies. They're supposed to be random, I think. Number of asteroids I've kept common. Why not? The technology rate I've kept normal. You can go slow or fast. Let's just keep it normal. The number of minor races, which are basically one planet races, which just basically just do nothing but sit there and hope to God nobody takes notice of them. Have 8 of them because they're actually hilarious, some of them, and also they're good targets for, well, becoming really evil towards them. The number of extreme planets I've kept rare because they're basically what that means is in order to colonize a planet, you actually need special techs for them, and I just don't like that. If I find a planet, I want to just colonize it, so I kept that rare. And the likelihood of random events, well, it's random, so why not we keep it at random? For this playthrough, I'll be doing the Terran Alliance. For any other playthrough, I'll be going along, playing some of the other races, but just for now, let's start with this one. The Terran Alliance came from Earth because, well, Terra means Earth. The humans joined the Interstellar Club with the invention of hyperdrive. They are the diplomats and traders of the galaxy. Though a bit impulsive, they are tougher than they look. Yeah, they look tough. So, the racial abilities, I've actually just kind of changed it a little bit. The economics are plus 30, speed plus 10, military minus 10, Diplomatic is plus 60, trade routes plus 1, creativity plus 25, logistics plus 6. Basically, lots of money, a little faster ships. Military production just means they're a little slower to produce than usual. Diplomacy plus 60 means that I can buy anything I want, hopefully, from other people, and they don't really ask for much. Trade routes plus 1, I like trading, so why not? Creativity plus 25 means that basically every fourth turn, hopefully I get a little bonus to my research. Logistics plus 6 means that more ships can get into the same fleet. Basically means bigger fleets. Tech race techs for the Terran Alliance is hyperdrive because, well, they made it. Hyper fusion reactors, traditional research, industrial revolution, a history of extremes, and innovative history. Some of these are just like little tidbits because, well, there you go. The special ability is super diplomat, which means they get even better. Like if somebody says, hey, how about I trade you this for that, you can usually get this for that plus something else. So that's always nice. For this game, I'll be going as the Federalists, which is economics plus 20, which just adds money. For the other races here, I will be talking about them later on in the LP. So basically that's just the abilities, that's, yep, political, the economics. The appearances, I'm going to keep it as blue and white just because, well, it just seems Earth-like. Blue and white just kind of seems earthy. So we have our selected opponents. Now let's get into a little bit more interesting. The opponents for this game basically are just the original ones. I'll leave the available opponents, the Kronkolath and the Kryon Consulate, for another LP later on. For this one, the Drengen Empire are just cruel, evil bastards, which are just want to enslave everything in their path. They actually enslaved these guys, the Tauren Confederation, which they got their pawns off, but now they're just hate everybody. The Altarian Resistance, which kind of looks like Terrans. Yeah, the Altarian Resistance. Yeah, I don't really know much about that, but they are very strong research. They love researching like crazy. The Arcean Empire are, like, it says that they believe in neutrality, but then in some of the research I've read for this, they tried to get the Terran Alliance to make a warp gate so that they could attack us. So that just seems evil, not really neutral. So I don't know. Now, funny thing is, the Drengen Alliance actually made a warp gate at the Drengen Line homeworld, shipped it all the way to the Taurian Confederation home planet just to attack these guys. Did I tell you that these guys were cruel, unusual bastards? Well, they are. The Yor Collective basically are sentient beings created by the Akonians, these guys, and, well, they just didn't really like them, so they decided to say, who gives a damn, and kick them off their homeworld, which is hilarious. The Dominion of Quarks love to trade. They basically, any money you give them, they like it. The Drath Legion are actually it says right here, the reptilian race who originally were the dominant species of what is now known as Alteria. This race's home planet. So that's kind of a weird little tidbit there. The Ukrainian Refuge now live on their new home planet, which is basically just a lump of rock because, well, they couldn't find anything else. The Talon Empire, insect race, which says they're coming from the future to stop an impending disaster. I don't know about you, but I don't think they're from the future. So I will be starting all these guys. Oh, let's change that one to unknown. I think everything's unknown now. Unless I did something else stupid. No. Okay, opponent's 9, difficulty beginner. A little bit less than normal because, well, I'm not the best at this game, so I actually want to have a fighting chance. Let's start the game. It'll just take a second because I am recording with Fraps, so it kind of slows down some computer things, but hopefully it goes. There we go. A journey begins. I am the most powerful Civ because I'm the only Civ so far known to humans. The galaxy has become a tense place. Since the major civilizations obtained hyperdrive technology, a race has been on to explore, expand, colonize, and in some cases conquer the galaxy, which basically just goes on with that 4X, explore, expand, exploit, exterminate, basically the same thing. Through technological research, we can gain the ability to build freighters, to trade with other civilizations. We can also research military-related technologies, to equip our ships with weapons and build transports to invade other worlds, if we so choose. There is also logistics technologies that will allow us to better organize our ships and build more star bases. As we explore the galaxy, we will encounter situations that will help us learn what kind of civilization we are building. Should we take the path of power and darkness, or the path of light and enlightenment? Our decisions will help set the state of ethical alignment, which will greatly affect our relations with these civilizations. Done. Now, our research, which basically, that's a lot of research I'll be doing today. So let's just get into the basics. Xeno communications, where we all start, is going, if we are going to speak, communicate, trade, and negotiate with aliens, we need to start thinking about how they communicate. New abilities, diplomacy, +5, future text, universal translation, and Xeno business. We'll do that. Our home planet, Earth, of course, has a population of 8 billion, which, well, now I believe we have 7 billion, so not that much off the mark. Our max is 16 billion, though. Let's see, we have a nice little planet here, starbase, starport, a civilization capital, which every major civ has at least one of these, and all these little green spots are for our projects. We'll start with traditional factories for 2. We'll research, do some researches. Let's do research. Let's do 3. This one has a little bonus. See this little water drop here? It means that approval bonus plus 100%. So we'll do increase happiness, our entertainment network there, so that it actually doubles our happiness. We'll also do a market center and an innovation complex. The innovation complex is a super project that can only be done in one planet, and it basically just shows how awesome our species is and gives us good research and influence bonuses. Awesome, eh? So, to start, let's actually buy a traditional factory for 438 BC, which is billion credits, so that's actually a lot. We currently have 2,562 billion credits and a population of 8 billion. We will, now up here we have military, social, and research. The military is how fast we build ships. Social is how fast we build these projects. And research is how fast we research for the research tree. As you can see, we only have social and research because, well, we're not actually building anything, which we will change right now. I want a colony ship. Awesome. In 29 weeks, which will go down. So, as I said, I bought one of these, I believe I did, factories, and it's around here somewhere. And hopefully we will start getting stuff. Now, we have the ship list, which basically just has Earth and these 3 ships. The Terran Alliance colony ship, a Terran Alliance flagship, the Terran Alliance space miner. Funny name there. Okay, so what we'll do is the space miner, we will automate so they just start going crazy because, well, our solar system has a couple asteroid rings, so you might as well, you know, get stuff out of them. The Terran Alliance flagship, that's also automated, that one. Wow, that's loud. Okay, basically what the flagship does is it goes from all those anomalies that I told you about that was random, they actually go around and actually get stuff from these anomalies. So this one, our survey ship has discovered a abandoned ship. It was not working condition, but we have been able to sell the usable parts for 250 BC. Awesome. Wow, even more. Discovered and archived legendary stories from an ancient civilization with a bit of tweaking. They have been adapted to fit our culture and promote our values. This is sure to improve our loyalty of our citizens by 1%. Very nice. The colony ship I will be sending to the Arculians 3 place because it actually has a class slightly higher than Mars does, so you might as well go there. Yeah, there's our Archeans, which is actually a minor race, so we've already met our first minor race. Well, not yet, but we will shortly. So these guys are going to take over that planet, and well, we'll see how that goes. Now, as I was saying, the research tree is over here, this little button there. The domestic stats, our trade rate is, tax rate is at 33%, and our approval rating is at 66%. I am going to boost that up so that our approval rating goes down to 60, but we get an extra 6% and get 25 BC net income. But our spending, I'm going to increase that to 100%, at least for now. And I'm going to espionage, I'm going to set it at 50%, which is basically the espionage uses 10% of whatever you're making. So our total is 34, so basically 10%, well, not quite, but we'll do 5. And we'll taxes 34, total 34, 43, 34, so a net income of 9. Awesome. Trade routes, we don't have trade yet, but we will shortly, and I'll go into that further on when that happens. Available agents, well, it'll be about 20 weeks when we get to the, we get a new espionage, spy that is. Leases maintenance, I am never going to do this, don't care. Foreign stats, I have no idea who anybody is, so this thing is still totally blank. Relations stats, reports, treaties. Treaties, I am allianced to myself. United Planets, I own everything. No, not really. As soon as I meet another major civilization, this little thing will change, and I'll show you what happens when that happens. So, I have done basically everything I can. Let's just show this whole map. It's a good size. Like, yeah, that's small, right? So, let's start the next turn. It's going to take just a second here. Oh, there we go. This is the guys I was talking about. I have no idea what they're saying because my research is still doing the Xeno communications. So let's just do them. And done. Now Earth, I actually want to do buy another traditional factory because, well, I still have a lot of money. So let's just buy that sucker. That will make things go a little faster, and let me show you what this does. The military shows at 10, social at 12, research at 8. Now, what happens here is that you can do either 33, 33, 33, or you can actually kind of oddball it, which by pressing these little buttons here, focus your production on military, social, or research. Right now we're building stuff, so let's keep it at social. That boosts that from 12 to 19, that from 10 to 5, and that from, I forget what it was, from 8 till 6. So, well, we have huge social now. So let's just get done with that, and let's build our first colony. As you progress smoothly with the colonization of you may enter a name below. Let's name it Lone Star. because I have no idea what that means, but hey, why not? Okay, that was a little loud, so I want to just kind of breeze through that so you can still hear me. Basically, thousands of years you've been stuck on Earth, so now you can actually start going to other places. For this planet, what I want to do is basically just make it a money center. So I will just make it money, money, money. Social to 9, and we'll just let those suckers just, build. It's going to be 24 weeks until they're all done, and then they'll just be making lots of money. Done. Now, Earth colony ship will take 27 weeks. Don't worry, it's not going to take actually that long. But we'll just get back on here. I did buy, yes I did. So I think we're done for this turn, so next turn. By chance, an exploration team has stumbled across the ancient formula used in Lost Race to improve the quality of their people. Using this formula, our scientists have devised a serum to strengthen our soldiers by 1%. Awesome. Xenocommunications perfected. There's so much to understand, so much to ponder when dealing with alien beings. These sentient creatures may not be bipedal. Some may measure stature by how many eyeballs a creature has. Others may be thick-skinned brutes, yet be easily offended. This path of research will put us on the path of being able to understand them, negotiate with them, trade with them, and even entice them with our culture. Now then, after we've done that, we have a choice of 5. New propulsion technologies makes things go faster. Universal translator enables us to communicate with alien races, taking us down the path of diplomacy and government. Artificial gravity allow us to interstellar travel and gravity channeling. Interstellar warfare, which, well, basically that just means you can start conquering stuff. And Xeno business, allowing us to make money. I'm going to keep on with the Universal Translator so that I can actually talk to that minor race that I saw before. And right here, we are now building the research lab. Now, I still have $2,558, and let's just see here. Actually, what I'm going to do is you press on a star, and it actually tells you how many planets are able to be colonized. We have 2 planets that are colonized, and both of them have been. So actually, that is out of it now. Now, as you can see, we are kind of in the middle, which is actually not that good. There is a star right there, right here, so on and so forth. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build another this colony ship. I'm going to buy it for 1,236 billion credits, which is half the amount of money I have. But really, with this kind of game, you have to start actually getting colonies as fast as possible. So I'll just buy that, and next turn. Our explorers have stumbled upon a temporary wormhole, sending the ship and crew to a random sector of the galaxy. Who knows what spoils await them there? Thanks to probes of the spatial anomaly, our researchers have been able to make phenomenal advances in our technology currently being researched. Our database of information on tech has grown by 25%. Damn. The problem with that is that, yes, it's grown by 25%. The problem is, it was only going to take me 4 weeks to get a universal translator. 25% of 4 weeks is only a week. If this was, let's say, 200 weeks, that would have been a lot better. Our explorers have stumbled upon a temporary wormhole, sending them somewhere else again. Okay, now let's. Still need that universal translator. Come on, boy, move. And yeah. Okay, colony ship 34 is completed. Now let's just get out from that one and go back to where we are. And we will launch this ship. Launch with all 250 population. And I will go to this star here, which will take 1.5 weeks. Ship colony, already did that. So let's go back here. I have 1,354 billion credits. It's going to take me a little while here, so what I'm going to do is actually build... I'm going to build this innovation complex. It's 438 billion credits, which is actually a third almost, even more than that, I think, of all I have. But, well, you really kind of got to get going here. So we'll let the colony ship just go, and hopefully soon get all these done. The Lone Star is still building along, going well, everything's good. Next turn. Now here's the Altarians. I still can't talk to them, not for another week. Colony ship still going along. Let's just kind of move it along. Class 4. Well, not that good. We'll see how that turns out next week. Universal Translator. Finally, I can actually talk to somebody. Sheesh. Now then, let's see here. We have those ones that I talked to before. So governments, xenobusiness, xenoethics. I'm going to do diplomatic relations because, well, I need money, and with diplomacy plus 10, I can actually kind of extort people. Actually, well, start to extort them. We'll go with that. And this is it. Oh, there we go. One planet still not yet owned. Now then, Hestia. Now that's another one there. So let's over here. Yes, plus a class 9, which is actually it's almost as good as my homeworld. Homeworld is only plus class 10. So that's actually very nice. Let's keep going, shall we? Ooh. Actually, let's just I'll show you this little map here. The populations, it's like just shows little maps and so on and so forth. So my population kind of has been going up, but then it kind of nosed. Actually, no, wait. Yes, mine nosedived because I just got this little colony ship here. But as soon as this guy goes in here, it'll go back up. Now this shows that the Thalans bought a colony ship, colonized, and then bought another colony ship. So they're about the same as me. The Altarians, I guess, just haven't bought anything. They're just going along just with their one planet, I guess. Military, nobody has any military ships. It's way too early for that. Economy, my economy is awesome. Theirs, not so much. Research, well, I told you the Italians were insane. Mine's doing okay, but theirs just went through the roof. Influence, mine's going up, theirs is slowly, and the Thalans are just kind of going along. Industry, mine's up, way up here, theirs is lower. Oh, that is actually one thing I want to check, the economy. Whoa, 59%. Okay, let's just switch that back to 38, so it stays at 60. Now, with that approval rating, the higher it is, the more people have babies. Which actually kind of the tax rate goes lower, you have more money, well, you can start spending it on babies, I guess. So, now then, I think, yeah, I have to wait till next turn for that one. And Earth has 27 weeks until next colony ship. I'll probably be going lower, as soon as I can, I'll be wanting to get that colony ship up and going, but we'll go for next turn. Research lab completed on Earth. Next one is another research lab. Not a problem. And we got diplomatic relations at 5 weeks. We'll just keep going there. Now, let's check this buggy out. Oh, this is one of those random events that can happen whenever you colonize a planet. This sometimes happens. Our researchers have discovered on Thessia that a unique Hestia, a magnetic field that can be used to advantage through the use of reconfigured power generation stations. It should be possible to make a localized energy field capable of enhancing planetary defenses within a large radius around each station. The reconfiguration process is irreversible, and long-term proximity to the reconfigured station shortens a person's lifespan considerably. Oh, okay. Now, with each one of these